In this episode, we will be discussing Arkansas Landlord Tenant laws. The following is a summary of landlord tenant laws in the state of Arkansas as they apply to residential rental property. Topics include late fees, increasing rent, the right to enter, security deposits, eviction and termination, and much more. Security deposit limit. A landlord may charge a tenant the equivalent of 2 months' rent for the security deposit. There is a security deposit exemption. Arkansas security deposit laws do not apply to landlords who own 5 or fewer rental units, unless the units are managed by a third party for a fee. Deadline for returning a security deposit. A landlord must return the tenant's security deposit with an itemized statement of deductions within 60 days after the tenant has moved out. Late fees. Arkansas state law does not address late fees if the rent is not paid on time. Therefore, if the lease does not specify an amount and the parameters for being late, there can be no charge. Increasing rent. Month-to-month agreements typically require the same amount of notice to change the rent or another term of the tenancy as when ending the tenancy. In this case, 10 days. Longer-term leases may not be increased until the lease ends and a new tenancy begins, unless the lease itself provides for an increase. Withholding rent. A tenant may not withhold rent or exercise the right to fix a problem and deduct the repair amount if a landlord fails to act. The proper remedy would be to file a civil case against the landlord for violating the rental agreement. Terminating tenancy and eviction. A 3-day unconditional quit notice to vacate or face eviction may be used for non-payment of rent if the landlord intends on filing an eviction lawsuit should the tenant stay. As an alternative, the landlord may serve a 10-day notice to quit, so if the tenant does not comply, he or she can be charged with a misdemeanor. If convicted, the tenant may then be fined $25 per day. If a tenant engages in or allows others to engage in illegal gambling, prostitution, or the unlawful sale of alcohol, the landlord may also use a 3-day notice to quit. If the tenant does not comply, an unlawful detainer lawsuit must be filed with the court, which will then allow the tenant 5 days to file an answer. Other lease violations have 14 days to cure or quit. The right to enter. While the law does not specify a time frame, it does state that the tenant may not unreasonably withhold the right for a landlord to enter the rental property. Therefore, reasonable notice should be given for entry. For more information, additional laws and articles can be found at AmericanLandlord.com.